Welcome to my world. I'm Joanna Coles, the editor of Marie Claire, and this is The Masthead with Marie Claire. I've got a very interesting day today. I'm going in to look at the results of a photo shoot we did over the last couple of weekends with a cast of CSI Miami. It's actually a beauty story, and like the cast of CSI Miami, we'll be using science to uncover and solve crimes of beauty. We're always working on several issues at the same time, so in addition to looking at the CSI photos for our January issue, tonight we're holding a screening for our December issue with Ashley Judd. We'll be screening her latest documentary from South America dealing with young people with AIDS, and we're having a screening and a party for it tonight. Good morning. Oh, and we were in page 6 today, and my BlackBerry hasn't stopped buzzing. And the Coke, Victor and Rolf.
Hello everyone. CSI.
Oh, excellent.
Fortunately, we had an editor here who had a connection to CSI.
God, this is your brother. Joyce is so attractive. Is it difficult to hear that about your brother?
When we're dealing with beauty and we're dealing with science in particular, these are both topics that sometimes I think readers have seen those sort of fantastic beauty shots on models over and over again. You know, it gets kind of monotonous after a while, and I think also dealing with the science of beauty, you know, we have to sort of come up with different ways in order to present it in a way at least as interesting for the reader. And this turned out to be great because it was obviously something that was topical. You know, it's like the #1 show in the country.
Science is informing all sorts of skincare, hair care. There is actually a company that swabs your cheek the way they do on CSI, and then will customize a cream just for you.
I need them now. I need them in the office. Can you bring them in? Bring them into the office. I've got to have it urgently.
Now, how did they get that lighting? Because it really, I mean, that's the photographer's studio, but it looks really like a lab.
We set up a set in LA, and you know, it's so funny, you find out all these sort of secret CSI fans that we didn't really know, and the photographer was into it, and everyone was sort of in the office like, oh my God, I love CSI. So you sort of realize how big this show is. It was just an opportunity for us to present beauty in a way that is just different. And I think that's something we'll continue to start doing.
One of the advantages of a podcast like this is that we can tell you about some of the products that didn't make that CSI shoot specifically. Some of these things have got unbelievably complicated sort of names, and some of the ingredients are incredible. At least I can pronounce Dove. This has got vitamins A, E, and B5. I thought that you're supposed to take vitamins in food and capsules. Do I really need to?
You need to do both. I mean, just because of the fact that our foods generally aren't as nutrient rich as our grandmothers was. All of this stuff is actually targeting your cells. It goes down deep. It actually talks about the nutrients here going down and targeting your cells. So, in fact, yes, there are all sorts of dermatology brands that you can see all over the place, but you can get some great stuff at your pharmacist, your local CVS.
What's this? A tripeptide, a tetrapeptide, a pentapeptide, and retinol. You would think that one of those peptides might be enough. I don't know that these aren't counteracting.
I think they kind of work together, and I think that especially in the CSI story, when we're talking about how we're all a product of our skin aging genes, certain products are going to work for you better than they're going to work for somebody else, depending on your skin issues.
Last night we hosted a screening of Ashley Judd's TLC documentary about her travels with Salma Hayek in Central America. Ashley, was with us beforehand at a buzzy, glamorous cocktail party, a lot of photographers and whatnot. It was a great thrill for us that Gloria Steinem came. She's a hero to a lot of us, and it was just that was just exciting, to sort of get the wink and the nod from her. And then we all went into the screening room, and I think people were quite taken aback by what a powerful movie she'd made. And then there was a question and answer afterwards.
Lucy, who you're referring to, is Lucy Kalin, our executive editor, with whom you sat in a tree in Hyde Park and did this fascinating interview. And in it, you talk about how when you started doing this work, you actually found your work as an actress then much less palatable.
When I got to the University of Kentucky, I immediately found social justice. That was really it for me. And movies, frankly, were very accidental. I was on my way to the Peace Corps and I went to a different jungle, Hollywood instead. I'm very fortunate to have a balanced life. And I think, frankly, I was in so much pain that not having a balanced life would have killed me.
She's very thoughtful, very on-message kind of a person. But it does kind of take your breath away when you start talking to her or listening to her about what's going on in the world in terms of, you know, AIDS and poverty, and it kind of takes your breath away how well informed she is.
Thank you so much. So I've just got the first edition come in. This is what's known as a first bound. It's got the corner clip like that, so you know it's not going to go on the newsstand, and it's the first chance that we get to see it as a magazine. So we've got here Best Skin and Hair, and this line, 9 new beauty solutions straight from the lab, which is the CSI Miami beauty science story that you saw us talking about earlier. Women on Top, which is a piece about alpha women, or women who out-earn their husbands. And of course the big fashion line, which encompasses all the fashion in the magazine this month, is Curves Are Back, thank goodness for that. Which brings us to our fashion closet, which is my favourite place at the magazine. It's full of all sorts of amazing clothes that we bring in from the runways, from smaller designers, and it's a great place to hang out and just get inspired. Though I have to tell you, there is always some sense of drama going on there.
Can you hurry up, please? I mean, I don't know what to do. This is ridiculous. Amy, anything else?
Not at this moment.
Do I have to call the messenger center?
Disaster, guys! This is a disaster. The Chanel coat, it is worth $7,000. One of a kind piece. We have to find it right now.
What is this? Papers? Clothing, people, clothing.
So that's it for the first episode of Marie Claire the Masthead, and as you can see, the magazine is full of all sorts of things which will keep you reading for the next few weeks. But don't forget to tune in for our next episode, where we'll tell you what's going on in spring fashion, what to buy, and just as importantly, what to burn.
Damaging your hair is easy. Fortunately, so is repairing it. Dove Therapy shampoo and conditioners help by reducing breakage and preventing split ends. Dove Therapy. Active repair for damaged hair.